the Chicago Lighthouse Assistive Technology Center
presents a demonstration of the Vario Ultra Braille display from Baum.
Pete, why don't you give us a rundown on what makes the Vario Ultra special?
Sure. So the Vario Ultra, as Luke said, we've been waiting a while and we finally have it. And what's nice about it is the Vario combines a Braille note taker with a Braille display that can actually control multiple devices at the same time. So you're given multiple Bluetooth connections, which we're going to demonstrate, and you're also given the ability to control something like JAWS or the Cobra screen reader through the USB port, as well as basic note-taking functions. So you can open Word documents, you can create and move documents around, PDFs, you can view spreadsheets, basic note-taker functions like calculator and alarms and things. So it combines the best of both worlds. It's not your dedicated Braille display, it's not your dedicated note-taker, it's both, and I think everyone is going to like getting a sneak peek at it and seeing what it can do.
Yeah, definitely. And one of the things I was impressed with straight off the bat was the size of the Braille display, because the ones I've seen previously, have been a lot larger. And I think, did you say it's a 20 cell?
So you can either get a 20 cell model or a 40 cell model of the Vario Ultra. I have the 20, which is what we're going to be using to demo in this video, but you can also get a 40 cell model. And it comes with the executive carrying case, which is really nice. So you don't have to spend any extra money on the case. Case flips shut. And it's the 20 cell model, for anyone who can't see it, basically it's like a clutch purse. It really is about the size of a clutch purse. Once it's opened up, it's extremely portable, it's easy to use. The nice thing also, it's made out of aluminum. I haven't tested it, but I'm sure it could take a bit of a beating if I really wanted to.
It's very lightweight as well.
Probably drop it. It's extremely light. It's extremely light. Yeah. So both models. Apparently the 40 cell model, which I've yet to see, but it only adds about half a pound to this.
Wow.
So it's extremely light. It's much lighter than any other display I've ever felt. The Braille, quality of the Braille cells is very crisp, extremely crisp, and just feels like reading Braille off of paper. The other thing I'd point out quickly is the shape of the keys. The keys are, if we think of our normal Braille cell, our Braille writing keys are curved ergonomically. So when we rest our hands on the display, our fingers line up perfectly with the dots. So apparently as you type for a long period of time, it says in the manual, and I believe this to be true too, just with my working with it as a note taker, it is very easy to type with and easy to navigate with those ergonomically designed keys.
That's great. So Baum have really thought about the design of this and put all the features in that you need kind of for the modern age, with connecting to multiple devices, the ergonomics and everything like that.
They definitely have, and also for someone who's a power user. So if I need to take notes like I do on my desk when I'm on the phone and things like that, I'm going to be able to take notes, switch over to my Braille display mode, and then use it to control my iPad or my Surface or my iPhone or my Mac.
All of which we have here.
All of which we do here.
Yeah.
So we're gonna show those three. The Mac I didn't bring over, but we will show the Surface, the iPhone, how we can just switch between connections. And then if I need to take something down, I can switch back into Braille display mode and note taker mode, that is, and actually save the information. One other thing I wanted to point out is this is the first Braille display that you can also use as a mass storage device. So you do have 32 gigs of memory that I can store anything. I can store videos on here if I wanted to. Not that I can play them. There's no speech output on the Vario itself, but I can actually use it as a mass storage device. So kind of like an external hard drive.
That's always useful.
Because,
you're always wanting to swap things between all these different devices. So I think that's really
nice
neat.
to have something not only. It's functional in three ways, which I think it's the first device of its kind to be that to have those capabilities all built into one device.
Yeah, it's great. I know you said it connects to multiple devices. How many will it connect to altogether?
So you have 4 simultaneous Bluetooth connections and 1 USB connection. So you could, in theory, have 5 devices running at the same time. And it's as simple as the push of a button, which I'll demonstrate. You can switch between your devices. So before, you could absolutely use a Braille display with multiple devices, but you had to go in and repair each device each time you wanted to use it.
Right.
With the Vario, when I pair my iPad and then I pair my iPhone, when I turn them on, they just each have a different Bluetooth channel. So it's as easy as switching between my active channels. I don't have to unpair or repair anything.
That's really convenient.
It's amazing.
I like that a lot. Cool. All right. Well, shall we take a look at how it works?
Let's have a look.
All right.
All right. So now we're going to see how the Vario Ultra can be used as a Braille display. So there's a switch on the left side of the device that will alter the Vario from Braille display mode to note taker mode. So I've paired the devices. I have two devices here. I have a Microsoft Surface, Surface Pro running Windows 8, and I'm using NVDA as a screen reader. This will work with Window Eyes as well as JAWS or Cobra. And I also am I have an iPhone 6 running iOS 8.3, and I have that paired as well. So you have to pair the devices in note taker mode, and now I will flip to Braille display mode. And right now I'm set to control my iPhone. So as I use
Productivity folder.
various buttons, I'm going to move around my screen with your standard iOS commands.
iWorks folder. Line stuff folder. Dot share folder.
And now let's say I'm doing something and I want to move over to my Surface. There are 4 system keys across the bottom, so I will hold down system key 2. And I'm going to switch to my Surface, and now when I use my arrow keys, I'm actually moving through all this. So now let's say I want to open up a Microsoft Word document. When I press, I have an enter key on, I use my Navistick, and when I press it, it's going to open up, as we see, the different menus. So now let's say I want to open up Microsoft Word and open up a blank document. And again, I'm doing this all from my Braille display. And now I'm placed into a document where I can read or type or do whatever I need to do. Now let's say I want to switch back to my iPhone. I'm going to hold down system key 2, and with the push of a button, again, I'm switching to another Bluetooth channel. And now I'm back into my iPhone. So I can use this with an iPhone, a Surface. These are both running on Bluetooth right now. If I wanted to use an iPad, I could do that as well, and I have. And also, I could use this with JAWS or Window Eyes. It doesn't have to necessarily be used with the NVDA screen reader. Now, I can also use this device with Android phones that are running BrailleBack. So if you're running BrailleBack on your Android device, you can use the Vario as well, and it's as simple as switching through your various channels. Again, as I had mentioned, you can use, I can flip the switch on the side, and I can actually move into note taker mode, where I will actually be able to use things like my word processor, my PDF document viewer, spreadsheet viewer, calculator, timers and alarms. I have a file manager, and then also my settings and my help. So I can, at the same token, I can type up notes as I read through things on my Word document. So if I'm doing something on the computer, I'm just going to type up a quick sentence, and I'm still actually in note taker mode, but let's say this is a test. And I can actually go back. So I'm in note taker mode. We'll say I'm taking a note on something. I may be reading a manual or doing something on my Surface. Going to flip back to my Surface now, and I've gone back into Braille display mode, and now I'm going to make sure I'm controlling the Surface. And as I move up and down, I can actually move through my document to edit it and do whatever I need to do, with the various with the cursors and things. So I can move through and work with my document from the Braille display, or I can go ahead and switch to note taker mode, take notes, read things, come back, and then if I need to do something else, let's say I get a message or I get an email, it's as simple as flipping over to my iPhone, and let's say I want to open up my mail.
Message, Safari, mail, 12 unread emails.
And I have 12 unread emails, and as soon as I go in, now I'm in a DNA info newsletter for my local Chicago neighborhood. So it's kind of an overview of how easy it is to switch between multiple devices. It's very simple. It's as simple as changing, now let's say if I turn off the iPhone, as soon as I turn it back on, it assigns me a Bluetooth channel. It's as simple as switching the Vario between those channels. So if the iPhone's on 1 and the iPad's on 2 and the Surface is on 3, I can switch between those channels by either selecting channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, and as we see, it's very quick in how fast it's able to move through. So thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone enjoyed this demonstration. The Vario Ultra is for sale. We do have units. The 20 cell model is $23.95. the 40 cell model is $33.95. So again, you're doubling your cells. And if you would like more information, you can always feel free to give me a call. My number is 888-825-0080. And thank you so much for watching.
To see the Vario Ultra and all our other products, visit us online at lighthousetoolsforliving.org.